this is what we're doing today. We start out by doing just a few warm-up movements to kind of break up the adhesion in our body, get blood flowing, warming up our internal organs a bit, and just loosening up our bodies so that energy can flow through better during our movements, and our practice is more effective. So first we want to set our minds. So we're going to reach up. It's called pulling down the heavens together. Energy, yang energy from the heavens. You breathe out, spiral, mix it with earth energy. So breathe in, stretch everything. Your hands are opened up, and then compression. You want to lift up, you want to raise. You pull your shoulders back slightly because we want to get some movement in our shoulders. Massage our heart. Breathe out, we compress. We want to raise and lower our hips slightly to engage our calves. Our calves are our third heart. In Chinese medicine, the second heart is your abdomen. So you do abdominal breathing. So breathe in, breathe out, breathe in, open everything up, expand, yang energy, breathe out, press. It's a simple movement, but actually a lot's going on. Breathe out, breathe in, breathe out. One more time. Breathe in, breathe out. Okay, so the next way is called Shake the Nine Gates. We're trying to just warm up our bodies, trying to disperse any negative energy. We want to get, like, this is, once again, this is getting some blood to go to our hands, but this is to generally break up adhesion in our body to start with. Now we're going to keep bouncing. We want to try to break up adhesion in our fascia. We want the muscles moving over the bones, up and down, shoulders up and down, dropping your rib cage slightly. Really relax. Your shoulders are relaxed. Drop them down. Move a little side to side, and your hips go up a very tiny bit. Once again, to engage those calves, that trying to push fluids out of our lower body so nutrients can come in. Try to keep our edema out of our ankles, fighting gravity. That's why your calves need to be, the third heart needs to be beating to fight off the gravity, pulling all those fluids down. Relax. Really loose. If you're bouncing, if you make a sound, you should hear everything moving up and down to break up any adhesion. Go side to side to kind of get our internal organs warm. Throw the energy out. Just have your elbows out slightly. Just breathe in. Just feel your hands. Breathe out. Breathe in. Breathe out. The next one is called Dragon Shakes His Whiskers. So what you're doing is you start here, you're going back and forth. Your hands are hitting just under your floating ribs. We're turning to try to get the stickiness out of our internal organs. Now your chin's going to start following your shoulders. And then as you get to one side, see if you can turn your head. You want to warm up the neck. And then finally, we want to use our eyes. So you pick a point and focus. And then if you can, as you get a little warmed up, see if you can move the 2 points together. If you can, you want to go all the way around. So you only have 1 point, you focus on that point, focus. But if you're not there yet, it's okay. Just relax. Relax. Breathe in. breathe out. All right, gonna do one more of these. Your hands are gonna come up. Somebody's pulling on your fingertips. Now this one, we're trying to get open up your spine. If you have any kind of spinal problems, just stretch or don't do it. You have to be aware of your body and take care of your body. So what we're trying to do is we're trying to open up the spine, separate the vertebrae a bit by come out. Somebody's pulling on our fingertips. That's pulling our shoulders open so fluids can get into our shoulders, and then we push. We're inside a door and we're pushing, but we're not twisting. We're just trying to stretch the meridians on one side and squeeze the internal organs on the other. You're going to come in, breathe out, breathe in, breathe out, breathe in, breathe out, push. You're pushing. You're trying to, like I said, stretch. You should feel a stretch all along the side. Breathe in, breathe out, and breathe in, breathe out. Okay, so we can do one more. So we're trying to do some movements that get blood to go to our hands. So what we're doing is we're just flinging our arms out. We're turning loose. Once again, we're turning our body. So it's kind of, the force is going out, but we're also warming up our center, trying to work on our center flexibility. Do a few more. Okay, there. Once again, have your elbows out, just relax. Focus on your hands. Once again, remember, mind intent makes energy and blood go to the thing you're focusing on. So breathe in, breathe out, breathe in, breathe out. Okay, now we're gonna throw our hands up. Once again, we're trying to get blood to go to our fingertips. We're coming up and then come up slightly, raise and lower your hips so you're kind of throwing your hands up. Once again, you're trying, by raising and lower, you're not leaning forward, you're trying to do so. Now you flick, come up, flick. So your fingers, your thumb comes over your fingers and you flick open. More of these. Okay, so now leave your hands out, and what we're going to do is we're going to flick. So what you're doing is you're squeezing and then you're flicking your fingers open. You're not doing this because what we're doing is by closing our hands and opening our hands, we're getting working our forearm muscles, which is squeezing out of old fluids and letting new fluids come in. Okay, so now we're also going to try to warm up a little bit. So what we're going to do is when you flick, you're going to go up a little bit. So we're here, so you flick, come up, you lift your heels. If you have worried about your balance, any balance concerns or anything, just bend your knees. But we're here. And now, to make it more effective, to get a little energy going, it's actually a speed form, so we're going to do 30. But we're going to do a little faster. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 20, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 30. Now just float your hands down, relax. Breathe in. Once again, focus on what you might be feeling in your hands. Breathe out, elbows away. You don't want to close up your your armpits, that stops blood and energy from flowing. Breathe in, breathe out, breathe in, breathe out. Okay, so now another way of doing it that is you can stimulate meridians. There's a whole half-hour session on different meridian points on our website. So it was a hand workshop, but we'll just do a few. So your meridians, half your meridians start or end in your fingertips. So we're just going to lightly hit them. This is stimulating the endpoints. So we're going to do some tapping just to hit some meridian points. So we're here, really loose. And there were a lot of points. We'll just do this one here in your hand. If you open your hand and put your hand here where if you kind of go your hand like this, there's a bump. You want to put your finger there. It's very close to where the bones meet. And we're just going to stimulate. Take your thumb. There's a lot of points in your hand, so you should watch. You can go to that video, the hand workshop on our site, qolnow.com. Stimulate. Go 10 times one direction, reverse 10 times the other direction. Now you have to do both sides, obviously, so you go to the same spot where your fingers meet. Stimulate. 3, 4, 5, 8, 9, 10, the opposite direction. 8, 9, 10. Now shake your hands out again. So what we're going to do is we're just going to do some tapping just to activate the meridians in your arms and your hands. So you start by tapping. You're going to start tapping your fingers and you're going to go up your arm, up the back of your arm. You get to your shoulder, pat your shoulders, come down, pat your chest, go over. You want to pat your armpit because where your lymph glands are. And then when you go down from your shoulder, you do the front, so you hit your palm. Now go over the back of the other arm. Come up. This is called bone tapping. You're doing two things. You're going in the direction, the energy flow of your body, so you're actually activating the energy flow, but it also causes small, what are called microfractures in your bone, which tells your body it needs to strengthen your bone density. So if you do bone tapping, there's also, of course, there's a lesson on bone tapping on our site if you want to go look at it. But so now shake your hands out again. Just go out, hold them out, breathe in. Breathe out. Just focus on your hands. Breathe in, breathe out. So we did mind intent when we focus on moving there. We did movements to get it there. We did the points. The other way is squeezing. We're going to do one more movement. So what you're going to do is you're going to take your hands, and you're going to hold them up, and then you're going to squeeze as hard as you can. So we're going to breathe in. So it's going to happen. You're squeezing the whole time. So right now you're squeezing your fist as hard as you can, and you're going to come up. Breathe in. Breathe out. Relax. You come down. You're squeezing your hand the whole time. Breathe in. Because you're squeezing so hard, that's engaging your forearm, so that's is squeezing the blood out of your hands and your forearm. Keep them pressure up. Breathe in. We'll just do 5. Breathe out. Keep squeezing. Breathe in. Breathe out. One more. Now you're going to breathe in. Now when you get to the top, you're just going to relax your hands and let them float down. Breathe out. And breathe in. Focus on your hands. You may feel them tingling slightly or a pulse in them. Breathe out. So you want to, that's called, see my hands are really red. You probably can't see it on the thing. But what you want to do is, it's called your flash palm. Take your palm and you squeeze it now. You can watch your palm as tightly as you can. Just a few seconds, and then open up your hand and you see it was white because you squeezed all the blood out, and then as you open it up, you'll see it turn pink as the fresh blood flows in. So that was like a little mini hand movement because we have so many people have problems with their hands. All right, so we're gonna just review the movements. They're tight. We're following the Taichi principle. You post. You're posting. So this is your feet, waist, hands. Your feet. Your feet are about 1.5 shoulder widths apart, and so you want it to be enough so that you can. If your feet are close, then when you're trying to shift, you just get this little thing. You want to have it. See, if you look there, see right now at the level that we're learning, your hips are just staying on the same level, right? Because we're trying to move this as a unit. So you're not doing either this to move your hips or this. This is a unit, so your whole upper body is moving. It's feet, and then you get here so you post. You want your leg. This leg it's not locked out, but it's straightened. This leg, hip, knee, and ankle. Your feet are pointing forward. Your hip, knee, and ankle are all pointing forward, so you don't hurt your knees. You don't twist your knees. So you're gonna post. Now when you get here, so put your hands. So in Tai Chi, your hands are just along for the ride. So it's feet, waist, hands. Your hands express what your body is doing. So you're here, you're going to post to one side, and then you're going to turn a bit up to 45 degrees to that corner. You're going to post to the other side, go back, post, go back, post, go back, post, go back. So we're going back and forth. Okay, so now what we're going to do, so this is the first part of post, learning how to post and turn, post and turn, post and turn. This is actually one of the basic skills that you need when you're doing Tai Chi. Post and turn, going back and forth. Okay, so what's happening now is we're going to add a hand movement. So there's different hand movements. The first one we're going to do is turning a millstone. So it looks like this. So what you don't want to be doing this. We're not doing this because nothing's happening here. Tai Chi is all about moving your body as a unit. So the actual hand movement is you have your hands. You're touching over your navel, and you're going to move them away from your navel on the same level. You're not going up and down. You're going in and out. So for here, this is what you're doing. This is what our hands are doing. In, out, in, out, in. Now the challenge. So you're going to post, and you're going to turn. Now when you're going to post, put your hands out, then you're going to turn. I guess so I guess it's better. So we'll post and turn. You're going to post back, have your hands go out, turn, and then bring your hands in. You're going to post, turn, let's put our hands out, post, we'll do that way. Turn, bring your hands in, post, turn, so out, post, turn, in, post, turn, out, post, turn, in, post, turn, out, post, turn. So we'll do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So you want to do this. So this is turning the millstone. So you go out, come back, turn, come in, post, turn, out, post, turn, in, post, turn. So this is your first time. Just keep doing that. It's very relaxed. So when you first start, you do it to the count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So now you just keep that up. If you're doing it, we're just going to do it for a few minutes. Relax and just do that. Once you get that down, you want to make sure you're doing all 6. You can change it to a 4. So if you've done the other classes, you're here, you can post and push your hands out at the same time. This is like a coordination thing now, because you have to, basically your hands stay in the same position, so you post it in turns, and you turn your waist, and then when you post, you pull your hands in, turn, post, turn, post and pull your hands in, turn, post and push your hands out, turn. Once you have that, then what you do is you can stop the count. You just continually go in. So then we're breathe in, breathe out, breathe in, breathe out, breathe in, breathe out. So you can see, as you do this slowly, you can put in some nice music, and then you can use this like as a meditation, as well as you're learning to move your body as a whole. So when you're doing your Tai Chi, it's all very relaxed. So even if you just learn this one movement, the first hand movement for posting and turning, you're learning a lot of Tai Chi principles: feet, waist, hands, feet, waist, hands. So your hands are just following what you're doing. You have to want to make sure you're not doing this. Your hands are always in front of your navel. If they're turning sideways, it's because your hips and waist are turning. Okay, so if this is your first lesson, you can just stay with that. We're going to do some of the other hand movements, but usually it takes several attempts before you can get it, because even if you're got the posting done and you got the hand movement done, when you do them at the same time, people tend to start either doing it too much, or that you want to focus to make sure everything's moving as a unit, and that your hands are always like staying in front of your navel. See, when I turn, they're in front of my navel. There, now they stay in front of my navel. So we'll just go over. We're going to go over the other hand movements. So if it's your first week, just stick with that. That's plenty to do in one lesson. The other hand movements, we'll do wave hands like clouds. Wave hands like clouds. Once again, the hand movement, the body movement's the same. The hand movement, instead of going in and out, now is you're sipping water. Your hand is coming up on the inside, you're sipping water, and the other hand comes down. So you're just doing this. So from the front, so just like breathe in. So you're just doing a very simple hand movement. All right. But however, your hips, now you have to coordinate it when your hips are doing this. So have your right arm on top, and now it's like the elbow on top is pointing this way. So we're going to post to that side in turn. So now when we get here, we're going to sip water. So now the other hand, that hand comes up on the inside. It's pointing, look, now the hand on the top is pointing the arm is out that way, so I'm going to go there and turn. I'm going to sip water. Oh. And then follow that elbow, sip water. So I'm going to post and turn, sip water, post and turn, sip water, post and turn. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So if you're staying with the other one, remember you're doing 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. This is the same thing. We're doing 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So we do our hand movement, we post, and we turn. Do our hand movement, post, and turn. So that's 6. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So this is called wave hands like clouds. It's probably one of the more famous or well-known, I don't know if they're famous, but if you watch people doing Taichi, you usually see this movement. So once you get it down, you can, you do it, and then you get all the kinks out of it, and then you can do it continually. In Tai Chi, you never stop moving. You move slowly, so you're building up your body awareness. So at every moment, you should know where all the parts of your body are and where they're going. You should be aware of your hand positions. Your hands aren't dead, and they're not tense. They're what's called alive. So they contain some energy, yet without being tense. They stay relaxed enough so energy and blood can flow through them. So there. Let's wave hands like clouds. So we had turning millstone, wave hands like clouds. We're going to do the last one, which is part the wild horse's mane. This one's a little more complicated because your hands, the hand that's on, you're holding a ball of energy. You're not holding a little tiny baseball. You're holding a beach ball. So your hands aren't here. Your hands are out here because the ball's big enough. So whenever you do, if you relax your shoulders and just put your hands out in a relaxed manner, see they come out about this far. That's your power. So whenever you're doing your hand movements or holding the chi ball, that's how far away. You don't want to be close, and you don't want to have your hands extended out. You're here. So if you're turning the chi ball, you're here. Like when you're doing the movements, so you're not here and then doing this. You've got that nice beach ball that you're holding. So we're here. We're holding the beach ball. So the hand that's on the bottom is going to it just rises up, and the hand that's on the top is going to go to your hip. It's a little awkward now because we're not moving because you're here. So this is what we're learning. We're here. So the hand you're holding the golden chi ball, the hand that's on the bottom just comes up the center, and the hand, and because we're turning, that means we see this hand is going out, but this hand is actually staying in the center, just like when you're doing these, your hand's staying in the center. So the hand that's on the bottom is rising up and staying in the center. The other hand is just dropping down to go to where your knee is. Now you're going to turn your hands over Now you're holding the golden chi ball on the other side, but the hands are reversed. So when you post, you're going to post and you're going to turn, and your hand rises. And then they turn over, you're going to post, and you're going to post, and then as you turn, the hand on the bottom comes up, and the hand on the top goes to your hip. This one's much harder, even though it seems like it should be simple. So just going back and forth, this is called part the wild horse's mane. So you can think of it as hand on the bottom, because you're turning your body, and this is kind of going up the mane, the back of a horse. So it's coming up, it's run from its back to up to its head, but you're not doing this, you're turning it with your body. And this other hand is just coming down. Hold the golden chi ball, part the wild horse's mane, hold the golden chi ball, post, part the wild horse's mane, hold the golden chi ball, post, then part the wild horse's mane, hold the golden chi ball, post, part the wild horse's mane. All right. So there's longer lessons, but those are just review. We're going to move on to other things next week. But I just wanted to review what we did the last few weeks. So the lessons are on there on the site if you want to review those lessons. All right. We're going to put our feet together, and now that we've finished up, we're going to leave the practice room, reset our mind by pulling down the heavens again. Breathe in, breathe out, breathe in, expand all that energy, breathe out, and then breathe in, breathe out, and then clap for yourself because you did something good for yourself.